What's up guys, Pijat here. I just want to share with you my cheap yet profitable farming strategy that I have been doing lately for gold and currency. Choosing Haunted Mansion as our map while we skyring dunes here for the fortunate card opportunity that can turn in for 2 divines. We are adding many monsters to the map because we're running beyond which we summon even more monsters while we increasing the chances to getting divines or viable loot. Also, this is the reason why we're running Haunted Mansion, because this zone is filled with monsters that is close to each other, so Beyond can go crazy and spawn pretty often a lot of extra monsters. Ether of Words altars for even more monsters and item quantity increase, Eldritch equal altars which can be sold for good currency, and of course the chains for the divine shrine. But the most important part of this strategy is the good old strong boxes, not only for currency or divination cards, for even more beyond monsters, because once again the beyond monsters can drop a lot of extra stuff as well, because we boosting their chances to drop additional currency. Running the map is very simple. Just go in, start killing monsters, opening strong boxes, click altars and kill map boss. The order doesn't really matter. Technically you can maximize your loot if you just rushing to the boss and kill it, and then you will only getting non-boss altars. But I think that would take up a lot of more time than just going around and opening everything while you finding it, and then later on just killing the map boss or killing in the meantime. Once again, we focusing on the strong boxes here, and of course the duplication here for the divination cards and for the currency as always. And we also boosting the scarab chance, so maybe we are finding the rarer scarabs, and also we boosting additionally divination card scarabs because that is kind of valuable as well still today, so that's why we boosting that one. And we boosting the map explicit modifiers with the multiplying modifiers, and we taking all of these small nodes and up here the small node here, and we're not taking any further. As I mentioned, we using beyond, and very importantly we taking the endless tides, so unique bosses cannot be spawned while you getting a lot of extra monsters and also tons of extra loot. And we boosting the pair creation, so for the currency, so this is increasing the chance to get basic currency from the beyond demons. And we also doing Ether of Words altars, and there is a very interesting mechanic guys. So you know, there is the Eldritch Gate, so Eldritch altars getting an additional downside and upside effect, and you seeing it with taking the Wrath of the Cosmos. So the reason for it we taking, because if you don't know, there is the Voice Stone, right? So Eldritch Voice Stone. Eldritch altars have 20% chance to have an additional downside as well as upside from the other Eldritch influence. So basically there is a very big chance you will getting the Searing Exile altar and the upside with it as well, and that's why we boosting that one even further. So with this one you also aiming at like the Grand Eldritch core, you know, the Searing Exile variant that is kind of valuable, especially because many people is not running anymore the Searing Exile influence. The map we running, so once again guys, we running the Haunted Mansion map with an 8 modded corrupted map, and the easiest way to get this one guys, just literally purchase from other players. You can pay it for like 3 or 4 KS each map, which will make back the investment pretty damn easily, although you need to avoid build breaking modifiers that is your build cannot run, such as like let's say the cannot regen, right? So that is breaking many builds, so basically that is a very hard mod, so avoid it. The scarabs we using is pretty damn simple. We using 3 ambush scarab, we using ambush scarab of potency and 1 ambush scarab of discrement, so basically we're not using the super expensive scarab as well. And once again, we running Ether of Words altars and we running Haunted Mansion. And very important guys, you need to skyr the dunes map to here, because once again of the fortunate cards that you can see here, that is dropping pretty damn often. Honestly, I dropped 10 of them in 20 maps, so I can safely say it has a very nice drop rate, especially with Beyond and so on. So that's why we skyring here, and the skyer is literally like 20 KS, you can purchase it from other players through the trade site. So basically you don't even need to run the map for it. So basically this is how you scaling and running your map. As always, for my farming strategy, after I ending the farming session, I including here guys the loot, and you can see all of the loot that I got in 20 maps. And once again guys, very importantly mentioning the fortunate card. So I dropped 10 of these given guys, and I was very close to drop the full set. So basically that is almost 2 divine plus on under 20 maps, because once again guys, here is the whole investment and the whole breakdown. When I was making this video, the divine and the chaos ratio was 172 chaos was worth 1 divine, and I purchased it 60 on boost scarab because we using free on boost scarab, right? And that was 150c. I was purchased 20 discrement scarab, 180c, and potency scarab for 1c each, for the total 288 investment, and that is transitioning to 1.6 divine investment, and that is transitioning 13 chaos investment per map within with scarabs. And once again, I purchased guys 8 modded maps for 4c each, and that is for 80c, and basically for the total investment, so with everything, I spent total 2.1 divine for 20 maps. And now let's talk about guys the income. As you can see here, earned 24 divine, that is according to Path of Exile, I will show you in a second, and that is transitioning guys 24 minus 2.1, that is 21.9 divine total profit, and that is transitioning to 0.9 divine profit on average per map, which is kind of good honestly, especially if you thinking about every people saying the boxes is kind of bad. But as you can see, I refreshed just a few seconds ago the Path of Exile, and basically the something is gone up in price. So it's, I will not recalculate guys all of the stuff, we just will be happy about this. So basically guys, you can see here all of the drops that is we got, and the most notably guys, we dropped 3 raw divine and 2 fracturing ore from a strong box. Honestly, maybe I can say that one, this is kind of lucky side if you ask me, but honestly it's still pretty damn good, especially because you can see here guys, we literally gained 25 divine in total income, and if you distracting with the new numbers, that is really close to almost 1 divine per map, or even more than 1 divine per map on average. So I hope guys this is showing to you the strongbox farming and the beyond together. It's kind of crazy if you ask me, and it looks pretty damn good and fun. And also while you're doing this farming strategy, you will earning a lot of gold, honestly on average maybe around like 20k ish per map, which is kind of good, especially if you care about Kingsmark, because Kingsmark is costing a lot of gold, or you just want to little bit gamble at Fastus. I got around like 400-500k ish gold while I was doing this farming strategy, and once again that is transitioning to like 20k gold per map on average. But of course some map will be yield you more, or some map will yield less, you know, it's up to how many like rare monsters spawning or how many blue monsters, because they tend to drop more gold than the normal monsters. Honestly, if you're playing the Winter Orb and you playing this strategy, then this strategy will be your dream. Literally everywhere just explosions, literally you touching something, the whole screen blow up, and sometimes you will getting greeted with a divine orb drop or something even more viable. So guys, if you're doing this farming strategy, I hope you will have fun with it, and also you will making a good profit. I mean, the data is not lying, I think guys. And also guys, you have to know I was doing all of this on stream, so basically if you want, you can watch back that one as well. So if you really you know, doubting the results. Till then guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have a question, please leave a comment below, or you can find me on twitch.tv/Pudget2 or on my YouTube channel where I'm streaming also. Till then, I was Pudget. See you next time.